I'm gonna have some internet issues, and if it gets really prolific, I'm gonna switch games. Let's see here. Let me get to my account. If YouTube will load. That's the thing. YouTube is really crummy, man. Come on. You can do it. You can do it, YouTube. You're $1 billion infrastructure that I've streamed on for years. I know you can do it. There we go. Alright, for those of you who are here after the stream's up, here's a little Christmas tune for you at the top of the stream, played on banjo. Hopefully I get it right. Ah, I messed it up right away. Let's try it again. That's the way it's supposed to go. There you go. A little Christmas tune. If you can name it in the comments. And here's the hot take to start the stream too. It shouldn't even be a hot take. Han shot first, and he shot in self-defense. There. It's not an oxymoron. It's perfectly reasonable. Guido is pointing a gun at him. Someone's pointing a gun at you. Then, you know, they intend to kill you, and you're in every right to shoot first. I mean, that's probably the only way you'll survive. So, they shouldn't even edit it. Han shot first. Guido is pointing a gun at him. It's reasonable. If you wouldn't, then you'd be dead. So, Han acted in self-defense, shot first in self-defense. Perfectly logical. Do it. Someone's pointing a gun at you. That's the proper response. Here we go. Hero Showdown. Because, I don't know, if those of you who aren't familiar with, like, gun safety and, like, handling firearms, you only point a gun at something you intend to shoot. So Han, being an experienced gunslinger, knows for a fact that Greedo's gonna shoot him. So, what he does is pop it under the table and blammo. Self-defense. Han, if the Empire tries accusing you of shit, I got your back, buddy. Here, let's go with Boba. Top it off. I'm surprised we actually got a match right at the beginning. Let me set myself as online for those who watch on PlayStation, and we'll continue in this. And if you're here after the stream's up, be sure to like, comment, all that stuff. Let me know you're here. I love saying hello to you fellas. And let us see how bad my lag is tonight. My internet should be bad tonight. We'll see how frustrating that gets. Alright, let's back up. We're gonna be Mr. Darth Vader's backup drone here. Here, bait her into dropping the grenades. Oh! I believe in Vader, though. I think we occupied Leia. We weren't useless. There we go. We kept Vader from getting overwhelmed and, you know, held her off just long enough for him to get to Mr. Han Solo first. Let's see. I think we're gonna need Bosk. Bosk and Kylo I see as a good match, as long as Bosk can keep up. He does have a snipper rifle if it gets too far, though. And I'm coming off of being sick, so if my voice is a little underwhelming, it's okay. And if I end up having to end the stream early, I will be playing We Happy Few or Elden Ring. Or Splitgate, who knows. Well, actually, probably not Splitgate. That one requires internet more so. Oof. Get at them, Kylo. Oh, he did. Never mind.
Do you know what I am? You have lost.
If only Han knew how close I was to death. Yeah, I like my teammate. He's not shy. He's not some measly duelist. We gotta go BB9. I need to top it off. What a beautiful. Mwah. If you guys could see me right now, mwah. I'm doing the Italian hands. Mwah. Delicious pizza. Just, nah. What a delicious match so far. Hopefully it continues like this. I mean, if this is how this stream starts, while in Hero Showdown, which is usually the most painful part of the stream, I'll be honest, we're in for a wild ride here. I feel like you're trapped with me, buddy. Let's get it clear who's trapped with who. There we go. Come on. Distractor. Yeah, come on. Give me the kill, give me the kill. Ah, I couldn't let you have it. Hey, what a start to a damn stream. That's what we're talking about. Let me see if, who's online. I got one assassin god. Man, I wish I played Elden Ring tonight for that young man. There's Dillionaire. I know he's always up for it. You know what? Let's give Dillionaire a little touch. That's not the right word. we'll get in touch with Dillionaire. We're not gonna give him a little touch. We'll just get in touch with him. Let him know we're in for business. I love it when that man comes in. And he usually brings along Killer Jake, who's even better. No offense to you, Mr. Dillionaire. I wish I would, like, block out that part of the screen, though. It's rather unfortunate, because I don't want you guys seeing my friends list. Not that I have anything to hide, but, you know, I have plenty to hide. And what's really nice about today is I have been able to just rest. And boy, have I not had time to just, like, a day where I could just freaking rest in months. Working overtime every week since October. And then bammo. Except for Thanksgiving. I had Thanksgiving off. The week of Thanksgiving off, which was very nice. But it was not a relaxing week. Here we go. Let's choke some fools. Alright, Mr. Luke Skywalker, you're getting toasted. That's Darth Vader's catchphrase, isn't it? Get toasted, fucker. Come here. No wonder I abandoned you, you little brat. Come on. Not even Uncle Ben loved you. He left you in the end too, buddy. Yeah! This guy's a challenge too. He's not just some shitty, unaggressive duelist either. Nice try, boob. Ah, he teabagged on my bum. Anakin doesn't swing that way. Luke might, but we know Mr. Darth does not. I actually prefer Luke over Anakin, actually. I shouldn't be so insulting. Anakin's a whiny little baby. Luke has his moments, though. Oh, I was behind him, though. Ah, I'll take it. I'll take it. He did good. GG. GG. Ahem. I think Anakin's next, and Phasma is a master at taking out Anakin. Also, I'm at level 100. How about that? That makes her my highest ranked villain, I think. How about that? Alright. Oh! Alright, that's gonna be harder. The reason why Obi-Wan is harder for Phasma is because specifically his ability to deny her from using her melee. What up, gaming? You had a dream where a homeless man stabbed you with a heroin needle? You live in like San Francisco or something?
Hello there. You can't be so stupid as to think this will be easy. Your move.
We're psyching each other out.
Cruelty won't get you very far with me.
Oh shit, no, he's... Oh. He evened it out. Or did he left. He bailed. You live in Cali? I believe you, Mr. Gaming. Be sure to like the stream if you don't mind, good sir. I mean, that dream might have been reality, man. Living in California. I believe there's not a crawl space in California that doesn't have a homeless man waiting to give you a infected heroin needle to the neck. They could be doing it as you sleep. Hey, 2 likes. How about that? Thank you, fellas. Where's Mr. Ray? What up, Jessica? You're not the first like. Mr. Gaming beat you to it. You dweeb. Good morning to you. Ah! She let her guard down right when I went for her. Did she not think I was fighting yet? What was she thinking? That's like the... Jessica, I know you're a Ray main. That, thing is so easy. You're sad now? Good, Jessica, you deserve it. Coming in and then just leaving right away. Make me sad. You know what? You don't just make me sad, you make me sick. Let's see, I'm gonna go BB90. But I did, I chose Battlefront 2 for you tonight, Mr. Jessica. I figured I was gonna do Elden Ring, but I was like, you know what? I don't think Jessica's too into Elden Ring. She's been loyal. She loves Battlefront 2. Let's do some Battlefront for her. You want to hear a Christmas song, Jessica? Let's see if I can get it right this time for the first try. Ah, my nose. It was just fine, and then I started talking to you, Jessica. What's wrong with you? Here's a Christmas tune. Let me try getting it right the first try. If I don't, I'll bail on it right away. messed it up there. Ah. Oh well, that's all you're gonna get. I struggle with the slow tunes, even as easy as that one is. It's like there's like 3 frets that you fret that whole song. The rest of them are just open notes. But that makes it harder. I mean, slow tunes on a banjo are kind of difficult because you're used to going like ham. It's just like it's hard to restrain yourself and like remember things slowly. Oh, my back just popped just sitting down. Ah, I'm an old man. I think it's time I come to terms with it. My hair's not turning gray yet, but I think we're just gonna start dyeing it gray. And I'm just gonna start being an old man. It's time. It's time I come to terms with it. I'm what, like 24? I think I'm 24. That's old enough. I'm ready for my arteries to go. Alright, be sure to like the stream if you haven't. I'm level 100 with Phasma. Ah, I didn't pick anybody? I thought I picked Boba. All this talking really clears things up. Alright, let's stay close. We got a taser hands build going. You gotta respect the taser hands. I suck as Palpatine, you can notice. Come on. Yeah, back up my boy. How is it that like my teammate always just magically dies right when I show up? They don't won't let me jump, damn it. Oh, come on. Oh. I really blow with Palpy. I'm level 100 with Phasma. Shiny Bay, you know. Let's give her some lovin'. You like Phasma, Jessica? She's the man. She might be one. We haven't seen under that helmet yet. And we did on it in the movies, but this is a whole different thing. Vader, don't just run in there. Back me up, Vader, damn it. Oh my gosh. You hate her? Yeah, she's a bad character. But everybody in the sequel series trilogy is bad. You know, you gotta just rank them on the game. What up, Dillionaire? Oh, no worries. Good luck on finals, Dillionaire. If you don't mind, I would appreciate a like to the stream. But good luck on finals, good sir. I should have picked BB9E. Right now we're undefeated with the BB. The big BB.
I know that.
Oh yeah, that was a bad move. Smooth brain mom. Off to it again. can't all be zingers, I guess. We're really losing this one. Oof. Come on. There we go, that'll give me some more time to recover health.
Bad idea.
Ah, I was had her, I was just a little late. Man, this array is kind of annoying.
Stop me!
Oof. Her dodge game is pretty good. Definitely the kind that's only going to use her abilities, though. So annoying that that worked out for her, because I parried her move, man. Have a good night, Mr. Dillionaire. Sleep well. Be sure to push Jessica out a window on your way out. I think we've already finished 3 rounds of Hero Showdown. Usually it's way longer before we get that far in. We'll see what the next map is and we'll decide what we'll do. But how was your day yesterday, Jessica? You having a good time? And same with you, Mr. Gaming, other than your lovely dream, which we can all only be envious of. Death Star 2, I'll do that, Star 2. Jessica said, I'll throw everyone out a window, don't test me. Your day was horrible? How so? Did you get stabbed in the neck with a heroin needle by a homeless person? It's just a guess, but I think that might be it. Actually, gaming, was it in the neck? I don't remember if you specified or not. I think this is, let's see, is this, yeah, this is the first time we've been heroes, so I guess villains did end up winning the hero showdown portion of the stream. Because I won 2 out of 3, that means they won 2 out of 3. And how's my voice, Jessica? You fell on the ice. Is my voice monotone? I'm trying to inflect, but it's hard to with my illness as of late.
Fire at me! Everything we have!
I got back up McGraw. What? Hang on, how did I get suspended in midair there? I was trying to help. I was really doing what I could to support my homie.
Your whole system is failing.
Where are they going? Are they gonna take the bait? They're smarter than that.
Greetings.
Ah, come on.
Over here.
Ah, come on. That was a gamble. Didn't work out. They had the high ground. What can I say? Anakin learned, and Luke had to learn his lesson the hard way, I guess. That was a lesson hard taught, father to son, right there. My voice is great. Thanks, Jessica. That's really sweet of you. Ooh, slow internet. If this stream cuts out, Mr. Jessica, I will be doing We Happy Few in the next, or Elden Ring. I guess whichever you prefer, or gaming prefers. Anybody that's here really may have a vote. Oh! There we go, that's effective. Ah, come on. Unrighteous right there. Did you just say, "Come Jedi, I'm your father" right there?
We'll stop you.
Oh, come on.
Luke Skywalker's training was clearly
Come on.
incomplete.
I had him. Ugh, I tried to get my block up before I could do the freeze. I know it's like you can get 2 hits in and then you gotta block again. I'm not stupid. I wouldn't do that. Come on. We're gonna eat him. We're gonna eat somebody. Oh yeah, baby. We're gonna eat these fuckers. She wants me to go this way? Come on. There's no hole for me to throw people into. So you're going in the back door. There's holes for me to throw them into, actually, yeah. Very elusive holes, I gotta say. Am I the only one who thinks that the Death Star kind of looks like a giant flying space butthole?
Steady.
Oh boy, don't push it.
Mission failed.
I can take Phasma. She's my main, you bitch. I can recover more health than Phasma can. So that's the thing, if I can get her health lower each time, I can back out with the same amount of damage and come out on top in the end. That's all I've ever wanted. Come out on top of Phasma. What just blew up over there? There we go. Woo! It was the silky deep voice of your boy Mum here, speaking low to a Phasma that lured her in. That's how Kylo did it. Kylo got that voice change thing on him. Phasma, join the First Order. We have a butthole planet that spews farts on other planets and destroys them. Only after eating a spicy star. That really is what the Death Star 1 thing is. Or whatever their stupid planet Death Star is. It eats spicy planets, aka stars, and then gets gastronomical issues from it, and farts laser beams that destroy other planets. I find it very relatable, actually. Oh my god, come on. I couldn't have a chance to dodge. What are you running from, Anakin? You're good health. You're of good health. Darth Unicron.
This is where the fun begins.
I'm not looking forward to watching
Call
this.
this a diplomatic solution?
I've had a feeling my teammate's a duelist.
A very wise
He's about to
Jedi
get
once
tasered.
said, nothing happens by accident.
We must have gotten Dooku pretty low, because he usually can recover like half health. Parry, Anakin, you son of a bitch. What are you doing? You could have gone for a passionate strike and totally annihilated that man. Now he's just gonna let him recover his health.
Begins.
Watch, that Dooku's health bars. It's gonna stop there. I guess this guy didn't get the perks. He didn't get the memo. Dookie needs the recovery, man. Otherwise he's trash. What's this Dookie thinking? Can you just push him? Press him. He's baiting you, man. Anakin's such an idiot. This Anakin had every opportunity to kill him. Take him. Take him, Darth Unicron. Do it. Do it. Son of a bitch. Do it! Oh my gosh. Can we yell at Anakin? Just fucking attack him, man. There we go. Ah, this duelists never even try to kill their enemy, man. I'm like 20 years older watching this fight now. Thank you, Mr. Rerun Trading, for being the fourth like. Yeah, thank you, Jessica, for telling this Anakin to hurry up. He's gonna wait till like 5 seconds left and then like get killed by Dooku. What did you do? What? He's just gonna hold his gas in and then like. What's his? I mean, the Dooku's doing it too. He's just like. Now Anakin has no advantage because he didn't bother to try and press it.
Nothing happens by accident.
He's trying to say he's got a plan here. I don't believe you, Anakin. Just kill him. This is why Anakin turned into Darth Vader, is because he couldn't stand himself. He's like, I hate myself, I need to destroy him. He didn't even try to attack him when his back was turned. The man had his butthole facing Anakin, and Anakin didn't shove his lightsaber up there. Are you kidding me? Alright, I'll take it. That was a cool ending. I give that one a 7 out of 10. Went through a lot of pain and suffering. Would have been a 2 out of 10 had he not dunked the dude into the abyss. What's your ratings in the chat? What do you rate that guy's fight there? Abysmal. It gets abysmal with an asterisk next to it. Jessica says 1. Yeah. The asterisk is there because, you know. I get it, you fuck. No, we're gonna go this way. I have a say too, Leia. Damn it. I'm older and wiser than you, Leia. Just because you have princess next to your name, and a bunch of soldiers are honor bound, like basically required to protect you, doesn't mean you're the boss of me, you bimbo. I like the little head bob they're doing though, I gotta say.
I appreciate what you're doing.
What? I didn't realize Yoda does like a dab. Look at his, like, he does like a Spider-Man landing. Each one comes with like a pose. He switches hands. All the poses. I never realized that Yoda did that.
If I go down, it's all up to you.
I don't know why this is so amusing to me. But yeah, this is pretty much what we have to do, because this other team's just gonna try to bait us. I think we have a better matchup than they do, purely because of our buffs. We're a buff team. But I really am not happy with how this match is going. Don't press him. Oh my god, Leia. It's a trap. It's a trap. No. You're dragging me into your stupid moves.
An army you have dropped.
I'm a death midget. Hey. That worked out. Whew. Just throw them in there. I will say I am rather disappointed that I didn't get to dunk anybody into the abyss, and that my teammate's the one who did it. Poorly executed, I might add. Ugh. Usually Kashyyyk comes after Death Star, so I'm gonna hold out. We're overdue for heroes versus villains, though. What's your vote, Jessica? You're cold? Close the window, damn it. I already know you have the window open. You don't even have to say it. Close the damn window, you stinky Brit. Maybe if you brushed your teeth, then your room wouldn't be so stinky that you have to keep the window open in winter. How about that one, Jessica? Jessica said, I'm not getting out of bed and my teeth are white. Here. Let's see if I unlocked some credits. Cool. I have a lot of credits. Look how rich I am. You know, I think I know why Jessica's so into vampires. It's because, and werewolves. It's because their teeth are just as fucked up as yours. You Brit. Stinky British. Red coat. There we go. How'd you fall in the ice, by the way? Alright, Imperial Shipyard. Man, my voice is like fading as the night goes. I don't know what it is that's making me sick. I mean, it's probably working with like people in schools 12 hours a day all week for 2 months. 2.5 months. How about that? 2.5 months. I think that'll introduce you to some diseases. You were messing around with your friend and he pushed you and you slipped and fell on the ice. We all know that's not true. Jessica doesn't have friends. I mean, that sounds like a funny story. That's what I mean. I'll interrogate Cleasy and ask him why he pushed you on the ice. But this is why we're always telling you to wear a helmet, Jessica. Yes, it was him. It was Jessica. Or not Jessica, Cleasy. Yeah, I'll interrogate Cleasy. Also, Jessica, what's your stance on Han shooting first? I'll give you the correct answer after I hear yours. Alright. Of course. Picking Luke Skywalker. Han Solo shot Greedo first. You know, in the movie Star Wars, only your favorite franchise in history. Greedo was pointing a gun at Han, being like, Jabba wants his money. And then Han was like, I'll get you the money as soon as I get it. Or whatever. He's like, I'm giving the money to Jabba. He's a wonderful human being.
And now, book milkers, let's welcome the legends who put the death in Death Star. Gather together again for another planet-busting battle.
You only really watched Revenge of the Sith? Ah, come on. The original trilogy is like the best one. Although I will admit, Revenge of the Sith doesn't have Anakin going, "Oh, I hate you!" Which is probably my favorite line, because it's such a crybaby line. Anakin's such a crybaby. But yeah, the correct answer is Han was completely justified. It's like the dumbest controversy in Star Wars that like George Lucas even like went in after and changed it to where Greedo shot first. But like the thing is, Greedo had his gun pointed at Han. Like, by all means, Han was in the right to shoot first. Well, I hate you! I can't impersonate Anakin. The voice they chose, the like voice actor for Anakin, you know, I know he's like iconic and stuff, and you know he does a good job, you know. He's animated Anakin, but he sounds nothing like Anakin in the movies. Hayden Christensen. Like, I don't know how they cast him. Because, like, the Obi-Wan guy sounds just like him. The Dooku voice actor sounds just like Dooku. You know, Vader does a great job. The Palpatine voice actors do good. You know, they all do great. And then, like, the Anakin one is just, like... kind of sounds like Superman. He doesn't sound like Anakin. This is where the fun begins. Whereas Hayden Christensen says it was such angst that really suits Anakin's constant crying and incessant crying, really. It's more than constant. He sounds like he's crying as he says it. Artful, beautiful. Come on. Son of a bitch. Holy shit. I'm getting completely shit on. This gang squad is a tough nut to crack. Let's see if I can figure it out. Yodi Pop might be the answer. Could go one of two ways. I'm trying to freaking do this ability. I think we definitely need a Chewbacca, but I am not the one to do it. I gotta say. Come on. Anakin, throw your damn bomb at this guy. There we go. He's gonna pay. He's gonna make me pay for that. Ah, I would've had him. If it wasn't for that meddling jetpack. Oh fuck, how did Vader get there? Do the damn push. Whew. Let's see here, I'm going with... That's my team hasn't rage quit yet. Yeah, I really suck with Chewbacca. It's the delay in his gun. Like it fires like a full like second after. Do the slam! What the fuck happened with the slam? I had it perfectly timed. I was like, do it! There we go, we got 3. We're down to 3. Holy shit, look how many... I died 8 times. This is an abysmal performance here. The gang squad came in full. Come on, Annie can. We Annie can it. Do it. Alright, I can't jump up there, but I'll be down here cheering you guys on. Please help. I have no idea what I could have done there, man.
And here I like you.
I'm in danger.
Look at
You know, I would have had that, there's the Kylo getting his revenge. I would have had that Darth Maul if he hadn't gotten help, because, like, just me walking to him was plenty.
Numbers don't frighten me.
The deadly son of Dathomir carves the path to victory, and Maul performs the final kill of the match.
Gang squads, they're in heat. This must be their mating season. Oof. Just because disappointed, they were bad. The issue is, I didn't have a chance where my whole team was together and actually like functioning. That's you can gank spank solo, But you have to do it right under the right conditions that I didn't have there. Otherwise, you need the full team on board to gang spank. And my team just was not. We were doing the whole thing where you like run in one by one for all four of them to kill you at once. I need Vader. Well, Jessica, what am I gonna do about that? I am on the light side. I think you need to close your window and then promptly break it open and throw yourself at it. Why am I picking Yoda? Ew. Little green booger. Looks like what I was spitting up this morning. The Kylo Ren guy sent me a DM. The Kylo Ren guy said cute teabag and then a kitty face crying. So I don't necessarily want to win this fight so much as I want to just bully him in real life.
First blood, 14 peaceful negotiators.
Where's my backup? There's 4 of us. Why is 3 of them on me? They're doing the gank spank. They're doing the gank again. Alright, I can't hit anybody. There we go. Come on. Just hit him while he's blocking. Grievous has no block stamina. And I can't aim. I'm here for moral support, really. And my detonite charge. There we go.
By scary looking enemies.
I know that Grievous is gonna come charging in here.
Mandalorian, eh? Nice.
Oh my god.
Steals the lead.
That's the fucker that sent the cat face. We're gonna teabag him every single chance we get. I can't beat Bo freaking Han Solo. It's freaking Han Solo for me. Taking Han Solo for me, think it's cute. I'm salty. It's him. Alright, hold up. This is personal.
On your point of view. Your master
There's a huge delay.
The villainous killing spree continues.
Ah. That was fair, that was fair. I attacked too much. I was expecting his stamina to be out. Oh my god. Help me. Help, help, help. Where's the rest of my team? There they are. Suddenly appearing. You missed this game? Cleezy, we have a few questions for you. I'll let Jessica ask the first one. Oh my god.
Worse than disintegration for the heroes.
Where's Gadriel when we need him? Where's my team? What happened to them all? They're running in. Of course. They're doing they're letting the other team get 4-on-1. There. See, the thing is... Yeah, did he push anyone recently, Cleezy? Yeah, shout out Gedriel. See, that guy's bragging an awful lot for someone who has a whole team attacking people 4-on-1 every single time. That dude sent me a DM.
The Emperor of
Should I just simply explain it to him? Not even, like, try to insult him? He's gonna send me another message. He thinks he's so good.
I'll draw their fire. You follow up.
You can't keep letting him get away with this.
How many arms does Grievous need?
He's not good at a dead game, Cleezy. That's the thing. He's not good at it. It's just his whole team attacks at once.
Play our card.
Now, where's my team? Where's my team, damn it? They're all like spread out. Watch, like one. I'm gonna watch them die one by one. Because all four will attack one dude at a time. I was a little out of range. Goodness gracious. Yeah, we'll give him public hanging. But now, Cleezy, we're back to you here. You didn't think you'd get away with this. Why did you push Jessica into the ice? He sent me another message, that fucker. We'll publicly hang him when we take over the world. It'll be he's first on the list. His username's Weeboo. He sends cat emojis. Probably a furry. He's probably shitting himself in his fursuit right now. Here. I'm done with this. I hate Yavin Ford map. We're doing, I want to try Hero Starfighters again. I tried doing that after Heroes Showdown. Hero Showdown went so well. Until it didn't. Let's check Hero Starfighters. Hang on, am I not getting your guys' message? Let me check here. I keep cutting out. Let me try this. Let me know if that works. Let's see here. Let me know if that works. Sounds good there. But I like how when Jessica asked Cleasy if he pushed anybody recently, he goes, I can't say that I have. Whew. Alright. Let's see if it gave it. It's back on Fondor Imperial Shipyard. I don't know if... There's been a few times where we've had no issues getting a match in this. Yep. Cleasy, I have to concur with Mr. Jessica here. Mr. Jessica says, he pushed me on ice, and you know it, you're guilty. And I have to agree, Cleasy, you do know it, and you are guilty. And you're lucky Jessica wasn't Han Solo. Because he would have committed self-defense against you. No, Ecclesia, you live in Canada. You're not innocent until proven guilty. You're just guilty. Innocent until proven guilty only applies in select regions of the United States. This is Mongolia. It's Mongolica, Ecclesia, and still stands. It's not Mumtard. That's the least loyal city of Mongolica. You guys see those memes, or not the memes, the stuff saying how what's it called? Established titles is a scam. It's like the most obvious thing ever. It's like, yeah, you didn't know. It's not news. You're buying a slip of paper that says you're a lord. It's like buying a star. It's like, yeah, you know, I own this star system now. Anything that's there, my net worth is actually 20 quadrillion, because that's how much gold is estimated in that star system right there. Like, if Established Titles wants to sponsor your boy Mum here, I'll take that money. I'm taking that money. No, I'll be open. I'll be like, yeah, this is a scam. But it's a fun scam. You know, $70 for a piece of paper. I mean, it's better than I do. Cleasy, how much should I sell you for a piece of paper for? I need to up my paper selling schemes. $15 USD, exactly. My scam is like way cheaper. Also, that's on its way. It's shipping. They told me there was gonna be tracking on it, but I haven't gotten an email.
Enemy disruptors effective. MTT damaged.
Let's turn this channel into the in real life office. We'll stream it. Yes, we will. It gets here when it gets here. Yeah, I mean, it's in the hands of the U.S. Postal Service. I tried doing FedEx, but you know how that worked out. Canadian Customs, for some reason, was being a bitch.
Ion weapons penetrating MTT defenses.
I put it in very protective packaging. Let's kill some. We're here for the Wookiees, damn it. Canadian Customs will always ask for phone number. Yeah. Well, see, the thing is, the U.S. when I went to the U.S. Postal Service, because I was like, the FedEx office was all busy and stuff. They didn't even ask for the phone number. They didn't even ask for your name. They were just like, just put a first name and then give me 2 letters for the last name. It doesn't have to be the right ones. And I told them to put Cleasy as the last name. I don't know what they actually did. You heard the U.S. mail service is garbage? I don't think it's garbage. I mean, I've never had issues with it. It's just, I don't know when it's gonna get to you. That's the thing. Like, their customer service isn't the best. Like, they laughed at me while I was, like, trying to find a pen and stuff. They didn't even, like, they were like, oh, here's a pen. Here's some scissors. They were, like making fun of me to my face. Yeah, they when I went there, they wanted your address. They were like, do you see? They didn't even, like, the line didn't have, like, it required to put a zip code. So, like, I asked them, I was like, do you want me to put a zip code? They were like, do you have the zip code? And I was like, yeah. They're like, you can put it. I just want to get a spaceship here. Yeah, but I mean, your purchase of the print has motivated me to get on top of building an online store and figuring out drop shipping, so that I don't have to deal with that again. I'm gonna outsource shipping as soon as I can. You know, of course, signed photos like the one you got will always come from me, and I'll always manually ship those. But, like, not all of them are going to be signed. And I'm going to get on my Instagram game. I finally found a service that will let me automate my posts. Holy shit! It just lagged me into the ground. You're all witnesses to this. Stay put. The Mongolian police are on their way. Yeah, you got signed photo number 1. I don't think I put a number on it, but you're welcome to. I gave you a very stylish signature. I worked on it. I was like, you know, I don't want to just do my regular signature. I want to make a new one, like a artistic signature. Because I really like Kurt Vonnegut's signature. Like, he writes his name, but he draws his face with it. I didn't do that, but I did. It's my name, but it's one character, but it's also my name. You'll see it. And then I did the Mumcoin M on the back for ya. And I put my real signature on the back for. I wrote a little note for you. But yeah, when he's sending me crying cats again. Little weeboo boy. I'm beyond it. My place is amongst the stars now. And in the heavens. Damn. Yeah, mine signature, I mean, I probably shouldn't explain my signature online, should I? Be easy to forge, but it's like I write it out, but the characters that are in my name make it literally look like a scribble. It's a lot of L's. And L's and E's. Yeah, I know, he's still trying to troll. It's like, have you ever seen I Think You Should Leave with Tim Robinson? Damn it. There's a sketch that me and my friend quote all the time from I Think You Should Leave,
Transport hit.
where he goes, yeah, I used to be a total piece of shit. I used to slick back my hair, eat some soggy steaks. Oh yeah, look at this baby. This baby's, his hair is slicked back real nice. He'd grow up to be a real piece of shit. Yeah, the baby skit. It's like, bro, you can't say my baby used to be it's gonna be a piece of shit. It's like, no, you don't get it. I used to be a piece of shit. And then he goes up to the granddad, and the granddad, he's like, oh my god, you used to be a piece of shit. He's like, don't talk to my granddad like that. And the granddad goes, no, it's right. He's right. I used to slick back my hair, eat some soggy steaks. The ghost story one biscuit, right? Yeah. me and my friend. I don't do it so much, but my friend, like, he has no like social care. Like, if you get on him about like doing something taboo, he just presses it harder because he wants to like piss you off for like calling him on it. And basically if you get in a situation where people are like, any questions, my friend will go, chiz? Do you ever see the ghost pop out with their cock and balls? It's like, you said I could ask anything. Jessica's leaving, she'll be back soon. Alright. Close your window, damn it. Stop slipping on ice. We can't frame Cleasy every time you slip on ice, you know. Yeah, my friend does do that. He's a total piece of shit. Ah, come on.
Malfunction detected.
You work Cleasy? Damn, that's a plot twist. This court case is like going everywhere. Jessica and Cleasy are one and the same. They're like Marika and Radagon. Same person, but they're just like two different people. Alright, you son of a bitch. Get out of my way. That fucker, that fucking jet trooper blew my whole thing. Yeah, Radagon, he's from Elden Ring. So the two, like, there's Marika and there's Radagon, and there's like a secret that they're actually the same person. And the reason why all the demigods have like these birth defects is because they're like ultra inbred, because Radagon and Marika like have kids, but because they have kids, they're like, as in, don't worry about it. It's not relevant to this this whole thing here. Let's see, a 30 kill streak. You got it. It'll be hard to do in the bomber, but yeah, I'll get focused. I haven't been focused, if you guys haven't been able to tell. That's the fucking thing. Oh yeah, that's two. That's two. I'm in a bad spot. There's one right there. That was a scouting mission. I would really prefer to be in a tri-fighter right now. I need to go fast. Gotta go fast. Oh, come on. Also, you guys have no idea how much Talladega Nights is quoted around here. It was filmed near me. The house is literally on the same lake I've grown up on. Ricky Bobby's house. Gotta go fast.
Ship taking damage.
Yeah, I just did it. What are you talking about? Do I still have what it takes? I just did it, Mr. Fleazy. These fuckers need to stop shooting me. I'm trying to get a fucking 30 kill streak, you son of bitches. Holy shit, it's lagging. It's lagging. I did the turn. Fleazy, you witnessed it. You did it in the tri-fighter. Oh, come on. You messed me up, Cleezy, you son of a bitch. You're a real piece of shit, you know that?
Successful outcome assured.
Alright, it's about to get hard. Can't overheat my gun though. Ah! That would've been sniper shot of the year. Son of a bitch. You did use slick back your hair, you know? Yeah, I can tell. I did a musical once and I had to slick back my hair and the musical actually looked pretty good. But I had to wear guy liner. That's a thing in musicals, like everybody has to wear eyeliner for some reason. I don't know why. You know what?
Explosive set. East Juggernaut counting down.
Victory plan.
I played a guitarist in the musical. It was Bye Bye Birdie. I played Birdie's guitarist. And the funny thing is like people would be like, dude, you look like you're like getting really into it up there. And really, I was just like rolling my head because I was bored staying in the same spot for so long. And it looked like I was like rocking out, but I was just like trying not to like pass out.
Defensive countermeasures advised.
This guy's persistent. Try to do the move without crashing into an antenna. There, Cleezy. I did it with like quite a bit of lag too. Come on. Ah! That one definitely counted. You're about to play Overwatch for the first time? Good luck, buddy. I feel like you're like past its prime. I feel like you're getting into it when people are starting to hate it. That's usually when I get into games though.
Hold fire. Ally vessel.
Can't see the freaking door. Oh, that's why there's a tree. I was like, where the hell's the door? You ever seen a single second of it? It's kind of like Team Fortress, but for weebs.
Damage.
Hey, he crashed. The guy chasing me crashed. I gotta be careful because the guy chasing me did crash. Oh, the lag, man. What up, Mr. Gaming? Hang on 1 second, that's gonna take forever for me to read. There we go, finally. We gotta create an opening for my teammates. I was shooting way off the line.
Collision detected.
Gaming said, guys, if I were on an island and a rattlesnake bit me in my nuts, and the only way to save me was to suck the venom out, would you all suck the venom out? No, I wouldn't, because that doesn't work. And Crazy said, I'd film it. Me, I'd wonder how that happened. Because, you know, I want you guys have a little homework. I want you guys to look at a video of a rattlesnake. Notice when they, like, use the stick to pick up the rattlesnake, it doesn't really even, like, try to bite at the stick. They're actually very timid. They don't like biting you. Which is kind of a weird thing to say. Oh, you got 2042? Yeah, maybe I'll get back into 2042 if we can play it together. Because it'd be fun if you had some team play in it. Other than the maps sucking and everything. But yeah, I could get back into it. Well, buddy, what else would I do? Like, it wouldn't work. I'd just end up dying gaming. Also, why did you put your nuts on a freaking rattlesnake? Good one, Cleasy. Yeah, that's a good one to retract, too. Look at those. I didn't even notice those. Alright, come on. Come on. Why didn't it explode? It's supposed to explode in contact. You got two people got to see it? That's good, Cleasy. Do you have a PS4? Though? Like when it comes to Battlefield 2042? Why me? Why me? I think it's crossplay.
Direct hit with the ion destructor.
Yeah, sniping in this game kind of sucks. Oh my god. I'm trash.
MT is crossing checkpoint 1. Enemy transport absorbing ion blast.
Yeah, the Bad Company maps are what really made that game worth it. I mean, the fact that you could play Bad Company 2 in 2042 is what made it like worth it to play it. I think actually though, more people play Battlefield 1 than 2042 now. They're not rendering in. That was a problem. Like, it wasn't even rendering the obstacles in. So I couldn't see anybody from up there. Oh, there's a few. Ah, come on, I navigated it.
Piloting. Avoid collision.
Battlefield 5 is very immersive, yes sir. I barely really played it much though. I played it a bit, but I didn't play it much. I did unlock a few weapons and stuff. My main thing in Battlefield 5 was that I wanted to fly the Stuka bomber really bad because I like the sirens, but like I didn't really bother getting good at it when the Pacific Theater was released. It was great. Yeah. Did they add the M1 Garand?
All of us report to fight.
So the thing with Battlefield 5 is like they tried to make it simultaneously immersive, but they also added so much stuff that wasn't like in World War II.
Approaching perimeter.
Like not like guns or anything, but like outfits and stuff. They made it like too. They tried to make it realistic, but they also made it too theatrical. Like it broke the immersion. It's like. Alright, it'd be nice if my turret started shooting at something. Alright, I give up. My turret blew it. My turret didn't even try shooting something. Yeah, my issue wasn't the girl soldiers, it was the presentation. Like, people were running around looking like movie characters. I have minor issues with the girl soldiers just because of the historical accuracy stuff, which is, you know, Battlefield 1 was fun because of historical accuracy and all that, but that wasn't a big issue for me. Like, it was really like bottom of the list, and like I think for most people it was pretty low in the list too. It's just a lot of companies will do things where like they'll even like hire people to do it, where they only highlight the complaints about like those things, like the girls or the races and stuff, where like people are complaining about much more, but they do it so they can put people complaining as all like racist and sexist. And like Disney has been caught hiring people to write mean tweets about like certain actors and stuff, so that Disney could say that the people who made their movies are racist. There we go. They got caught doing it with the Star Wars sequel trilogy. Political stream? It's pretty late into this one, but sure. We can start a political stream. It's just me and you. And I can barely speak. Like literally as I talk, mucus gets in the way of my nose and it makes me like choke up. You're going straight into a ranked Overwatch game? Good luck, buddy. Alright.
Eliminated.
Where are they? I'm having a degree of lag here. We'll see how much of an impact it has. Alright, it's really impacting my ability to see enemies because they're not loading in. My take on Bigfoot? I mean, he could be real, you know. I haven't had it. I don't think I've had an encounter. So honestly, I couldn't. If I did, like, there's the likelihood of me forgetting it is rather high if I don't write it down. Because I have had weird experiences in the woods, but like, it's gotten to a point where it's kind of normal for me to have a weird experience in the woods. But I kind of forget about them now. Because I've been going into the woods since I was a wee lad. And since I was a wee lad, I've been having weird experiences in the woods. Because the woods are weird. Like once I got chased by a guy with a sword in the woods, and I have a scar on my back from where he nicked me. What do your native ancestors say about Bigfoot, Mr. Cleese? Whoa. Yeah, I got chased by a dude with a sword once. That's about it, though. There's nothing interesting. It was a weird patch of woods. Me and Chloe used to hang out in it, but we had to stop because I had spotted a man in there that many of us thought had disappeared, and it was kind of for the better that he was gone. And the story, like, the person who saw him disappear saw a helicopter come and pick the guy up, but there was this guy with special needs who was like 6'10" or whatever, like a massive dude who lived in the woods. Like, he went to high school with people, and then eventually just, like, there's a trailer that everybody knew was his, who went in those woods, that, like, only he lived in, and then he would just run naked in the woods, and if he saw you, he would run after you and, like, scream and shit. So, like, who knows what happened, who he caught. 'Cause he was a big boy, and big boy with that, special needs strength, you know. But yeah, once I saw him, I was like, alright, me and Chloe, we can't hang out here anymore. But yeah, I mean, imagine, it's probably one of the more frightening things I've ever seen in the woods, was like a giant man with mental issues who like frequently would run around, and it's like, oh, I gotta hide.
Leader is on the ground. Better stay with your squad.
Butt naked he was. I don't know if I mentioned that. But that's something I should probably emphasize. Only in America does that story happen? I don't know, buddy. Cleese, there's a lot of wilderness in Canada. I mean, have you heard about there's the Valley of the Headless Men in Canada? That's up in the Northern Territories. Maybe in Canada, if people try to report that, the government just goes, well, mate, have you considered killing yourself? Have you seen the memes, Cleese, of like, you know, all the assisted suicide stuff with Canada? Like, it's not even assisted suicide, it's literally like doctors committing murder. Like, people who didn't want to die being killed by the Canadian government because they don't want to give them health care.
Detonation prevented. West turbo tank clear.
But yeah, there's that lady that
Is here.
from the Canadian VA, like their equivalents to the Veterans Association, who was requesting stairs be installed in her home because of injuries. Like not stairs, an elevator lift, like a stair lift be installed. And when she complained that it's been like 6 months and there's been no lift, the Canadian VA recommended that she try euthanasia.
Countdown started in the East Juggernaut.
So imagine someone imagine someone reports something like that in Canada, and they're like, "Have you tried, you know, euthanasia?" Canada has a big problem with bodies being found in the woods. Well, maybe that's where that dude that ran around my woods moved to. You know, maybe Canadians aren't fast enough. Yeah, I believe you. I mean, there's like, why wouldn't there be? And the thing is, like, there's still serial killers out there. It's just they're not talked about anymore. Like, there's still people like Ted Bundy and like all that out there. It's just, it's not common to be reported about in the news anymore. A lot of times the RCMP, our version of the FBI, doesn't have the manpower and have been caught sweeping some of that stuff under the rug. Yeah. It's not like the FBI is any better. It seems like the FBI is not bad in the States. They're pretty bad. I mean, they pretty much like only care about things that are politically convenient. Like, if you go to them about an issue that is under their authority, they'll like just defer you to another department, which will defer you to another department, which will defer you to a court, which will defer you back to the FBI. And it'll just go back and back and back. Like, my dad had issues where he legitimately, I'll talk about to you about it in Gilded, but he had issues where he legitimately needed to report stuff to the FBI, and they completely just like, really, oh, fuck off. The RCMP is terribly underfunded. Yeah. Well, maybe. I mean, it's hard to say with a lot of government agencies, you know. Like, it's hard to say, like, what underfunded actually is, because one thing with, government agencies, like, how they function, is, like, they have to claim they're underfunded, otherwise they're gonna get, the amount of money that they get paid by the government reduced next year. Like, the whole thing with government agencies is they can't be efficient. Because if they are efficient, then the government doesn't add money to their budgets. Like, if something is not running efficiently, a government will throw money into it. And if it is running efficiently, then the government thinks they can just use it to cut back on the budget. They don't think to cut agencies or reduce things or run things efficiently. They just throw money to it, some things, if things are actually running well, or bad at hiding that they're running well, then they take the money away. Governments don't run efficiently. What does an American think of the Space Force? We don't really think of it I think it's a good thing, personally. If we're gonna have like a military, you know, it's important to have the Space Force. Because like they protect satellites, you know, if there's gonna be war, they can protect satellites. You know what's crazy is like the US is like the only country that utilizes that kind of technology. Like Russia has like an active space program, but they use cell phone towers to communicate and radios on the ground. Like the US always has used, like, since the space race has been using satellites for communications, navigation, all that stuff, because it's like it's rather secure, because it's kind of hard to shoot down a satellite without people noticing. And like the thing with like the war in Ukraine is like in Ukraine right now, Russia's first thing was to take out the cell phone towers, and that completely got rid of any communications there. And then Elon Musk let the Ukrainian military use his Starlink satellites for communications. And then like when Elon Musk said, "Hey, you guys, like, it's getting dangerously close to a nuclear attack being inevitable, and that'll drag like the whole world into it. You guys need to start negotiating peace treaties." Ukraine literally, like, Ukrainian ambassadors tweeted "fuck you" to him, so he turned off the Starlink satellites over Crimea. He was like, "Oh, I mean, you said you didn't fuck. You told me to fuck off. I'm just following your orders." Which I think is a pretty cool move. You know, it's like, come on, man, he's helping you out. Like, and also you do need to negotiate a peace treaty, because, like, the only reason that they're surviving is because of all the foreign intervention. And they're gonna drag the whole world into a world war if they don't figure out a way to make peace. My take on the war is that I don't think the US should be involved, because Ukraine had every chance to join NATO, and they didn't. And if they joined NATO, then we would have been obligated to actually help them. But they refused to join NATO. It's like, why are we funding? Like, I think genuinely that it's being used to just money launder. And I think Zelensky's corrupt. I mean, there's literally Nazis. The whole, what's it called? The whatever battalion. I can't remember their name. It starts with a Z, I think. They literally do, like, Nazi rituals and have swastikas and shit. And that's a group that Zelensky is friendly with. I don't support Russia. But I don't really care for Ukraine either. Like, I care about them. I care about the people that are getting hurt in it. I think it's a horrible thing. I don't think it should be happening, but I don't think the US should be involved. Because we're dumping, like, shit ton of money at a time where the US shouldn't be dumping a shit ton of money into anything. And it's, like, I don't think the war would be happening if Trump was president either, because Russia started the invasion under Obama, and then Trump became president, and they stopped. Because Trump, like, gave them legitimate threats, you know, saying that if they stepped foot in Ukraine while Trump was president, then Moscow would burn. And Putin took him seriously. And then Biden becomes president, and all of a sudden Russia's cool with invading. The Truman approach? Well, I'm not a fan of Truman. The Truman approach, like, Truman got involved in World War I. And I like, the reason the US got involved in World War I was because of the Lusitania. But the Lusitania was definitely, like, it was a false flag kind of thing, where they were transporting weapons on a ship with civilians. And they used the civilians, like, Truman sacrificed the civilians to get us involved. like knowingly, because going to a world war would have given the government the ability to use emergency powers, and Truman was like very much a commie.
Tractor control under attack. Going down.
Oh, you mean Roosevelt? Yeah, Roosevelt is the carry a big stick guy. Speak softly, but carry a big stick.
Tractor control.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was a wise approach, and that's been like the whole U.S. thing. Yeah, Truman was super commie. He's the one who started segregation too.
Luke Skywalker is here. Vader should be informed.
If I'm thinking of the right guy. I do get Truman mixed up with another guy. But I'm pretty sure I'm right. I'm talking about the one that was president during World War I. He was the first Harvard grad to become president, I think. He was also a Klansman. He was a member of the KKK. He started segregation and was like the first president after Reconstruction to bring back race issues. And he used the war as a means to expand government control dramatically. He was the first of many presidents to do that. Well, not the first. I mean, there was other presidents that did that as well, but in the modern era. So Cleesy's review of Overwatch is that it's weeb as fuck. Yeah. And his initial vibe so far is Splitgate vibes. I believe you, dude. I mean, Splitgate's a good game, but it's like very weeb Splitgate. That's the main thing that kept me from doing Overwatch, was how weeby it is. It's just an aesthetic I don't get into. Here, let me make sure I have the right president, just to fact check myself. No, I was the wrong one. I had Truman mixed up with Wilson. I think it was Wilson. Yeah, Woodrow Wilson. That's who I meant. Let's talk about Woodrow Wilson. But yeah, Roosevelt is the. I'm not a fan of FDR. Teddy was cool. He was a man's man. You know, he was a bit too into government control as well, but FDR was fucking disaster. And nobody talks about it. Like, everybody, it's because the schools are very, like, pro-Democrat, and FDR is, like, a Democrat hero. But he was, like, a dictator. He served, like, way more terms. He pretty much served till he died as president. Best Democratic president. Let me think on it. I'm not a fan of it. Like, their whole history is pretty shit. Because, like, the early ones were pro-slavery, and then they were pro-segregation. And then they were socialists. I mean, they've always, like, were very... Pretty much anything that was high government control. That's what the Democrats have been. I mean... Kennedy... He was trying to do some good stuff. He tried to disband the FBI. That's where a lot of the conspiracy theories about his assassination come from. Was he was trying to get rid of the FBI and the CIA. And I think the space race was a good thing to be involved in. Like, I don't know too much about Kennedy, really. Like, of course, like, everybody has a good attitude towards Kennedy, but I don't think anybody really knows much about him. You know, he had good speeches. But also, you know what? Kennedy also did attempt to do false flag attacks, like the Bay of Pigs. Which I don't think is a good thing. Jimmy Carter. I don't really know much about Jimmy Carter. Here, let me look it up. If I see their face, that's the thing. If I see their face, then I know. Because, yeah, there's so many fucking presidents. Oh, Jimmy Carter sucked. He was pretty trash. He was really bad at pretty much everything. He sucked at running the economy. He sucked at foreign negotiations, foreign policy. He was pretty bad. Ah, I'm getting ragdoll here. I really hurt Kylo there. It's pretty easy to hurt Kylo though. He's got a lot of motions. Oh shit. He just ran up here and tried to spank me. I kind of grouped Jimmy Carter together with Lyndon B. Johnson. I mean, I'm pretty sure he was literally grouped together with Lyndon B. Johnson, but I can't say 100% guaranteed.
Come with me, Father. Away from this.
You would be into Dwight Eisenhower, Mr. Cleese. You would like Ike. He's the source of a lot of conspiracy theories too, because he was trying to he was trying to warn the country of the military-industrial complex that was forming. What about Nixon? See, I think that I think that Nixon was bad, but not as bad as he's made out to be, because Obama and Biden have done things far worse, and Bush have done things far worse than Nixon ever did. Like starting the NSA, like the NSA. So what Watergate was Nixon was spying on political opponents to figure out their campaign strategies. Obama used the IRS to do that, and to like try and arrest political opponents, and like he used the NSA to censor people, and he also is the first president to extrajudicially assassinate an American citizen, which he used drone strikes to pretty much kill a whole family of people that nobody talks about, of American citizens without trial, which is really illegal, like very egregious. And another thing that Nixon is criticized for is he promised to pull out of Vietnam and moved all the soldiers to Cambodia. So like he did like quote unquote pulling out. He just moved the soldiers around. And Obama did literally the same thing. He promised to move out of the Middle East and just move the soldiers from one country to another. Well, the thing with Obama was like the whole news media was on his side because he was the first. Well, first of all, the news is very into Democrats, and also he's charismatic, and he was the first presidential candidate to utilize the internet very strongly in campaigning, and also the people he ran against weren't that good either. Like John McCain was a warmonger, and Mitt Romney is basically like a Democrat who puts himself down as Republican. So like he didn't really have, like, there weren't really good options against Obama. But Obama also had Biden, and Biden like literally bragged about doing what Trump was impeached for. Like Biden's son was on Burisma, which is a Ukrainian energy company, and it was a company that was known for being corrupt and was under investigation by a Ukrainian detective, like, investigating corruption. And Biden literally openly bragged about withholding American funding for Ukrainians' defense unless they fired the investigator that was investigating Burisma that his son was on the board of, and was taking a bunch of bribes from China and Moscow through Hunter Biden. Mitt Romney would have made your family unbelievably rich, but definitely in the upper 1%. How so? What about Mitt Romney would have made your family very rich, Mr. Cleese? And also another thing about Obama is, like, there was no reason to attack Libya. Like, Libya, of course, like, it was as bad as, you know, like, it was an evil dictatorship. And there's plenty of evil dictatorships that we don't invade. And Libya, like, was literally like Hillary Clinton just showing off the war power that she had. Like, there's a quote of Hillary Clinton where she just quoted, she said, "We came, we saw, he died," and then she, like, laughs maniacally about Muammar Gaddafi getting killed. And the state of Libya now, after that, is far worse than it was under Muammar Gaddafi. Like, the slave trade has returned to Libya. Like, Libyans are now being sold globally as slaves. So,
may the best side prevail.
It's a Sith Lord.
Mitt Romney would have approved pipelines that from Alberta oil sands to the U.S. Yeah, that's the whole thing. That's such a dumb thing. Like, people act like you're just going to reduce the demand for oil by banning an oil pipeline. Like, that's such a dumb argument. Like, all that's going to change is who we get the oil from. Like, the amount of oil being used is going to remain the same. It's just we're going to pay more for it, and we're going to pay Saudi Arabia for it instead. Like, that, I feel like that's definitely the whole thing. Like, I don't think they actually care about the climate. I think there was some sort of incentive for Obama to do that. And I mean, the incentive was that Saudi Arabia buys a lot of weapons from the US. And that was something Trump did too, but Trump literally said it. People were questioning Trump on the making an arms deal with Saudi Arabia, and he was like, yeah, they're paying us a lot of money. He just outright said it, and everybody was shocked, but it's like, yeah, he said it.
I grew impatient.
Yeah, the Saudis are monsters. They're the, like, you know the papers that were, like, released on 9/11? Like, about 9/11, that, like, they released the investigation reports and everything, and nobody talks about it. But, like, the investigation showed that the Saudis were responsible. Like, the Saudi Arabians funded, I can't remember, Osama bin Laden doing it. And, like, we're behind it. Yeah, another thing that, like, under Biden, that's really, really egregious, is the expansion of the Capitol Police Force, which I feel is extremely egregious. Like, a huge abuse is the Capitol Police having offices in every state now. That's like their goal. And he expanded the IRS to have 80,000 new agents, and 75,000 of those 80,000 are armed, like a police force. So it's like now we have the FBI, the CIA, the NSA, the DHS, Capitol Police, and a police force wing of the IRS. It's like, that's like dictatorship level shit right there. And the only president of like the 2000s that hasn't expanded that is Trump.
There is no chaos, there is harmony. Your move.
I don't think it's going to be DeSantis versus Bernie. Bernie runs as an independent, even like if he runs, like, that's the thing. And if he did run, the Democrats would lose because the Democrats would run another person as a Democrat while Bernie runs as an independent. And that'll split the vote. All of the young votes would go to Bernie, and all the older votes would go to whoever the Democrats pick. But I mean, with mail-in voting, it doesn't even matter, like, who people will want to vote for, because with ballot harvesting, it's really, really sketchy. Like, there's your next rabbit hole. Ballot harvesting is completely legal in most states, and something Democrats utilize that Republicans are starting to use. It's basically like, it doesn't matter how many votes you get, it's more like how many postcards you can collect. Bernie's trying to do more than a Canadian-style government. Bernie is like, he honeymooned in the Soviet Union. Like, the dude is much further left than Canadian-style government even.
Where the fun begins.
But the weird thing is he's pro-2A. But like the thing is, a lot of American communists are pro-2A because they're like, how can we do the revolution if we don't have guns? Also, he wouldn't win in Vermont if he was anti-2A, because Vermont, they like guns.
I think not. I am not so easily injured.
Yeah, he literally honeymooned in the USSR. And he said breadlines are a good thing. People were like, yeah, it's the government providing food. It's like they're providing food because people are starving under a shitty system.
How unfortunate. No.
There we go. He pulled me in so I could kill him. Yeah, if a country's taking guns away, it's a huge leap towards a totalitarian state. Because the thing that the government's role isn't to be like your protector and ensure that your life is comfortable and everything. Their role is to protect you from other governments and protect inalienable rights. Read, Cleese, you said you weren't very well versed on the on American history, but one of the most important pieces of literature in American history is Common Sense by Thomas Paine. And I have it actually right here. I'll read it shortly after this. I'll just read the first part of it. You know, we've gone political, you know, we've gone off the deep end. How much further can we go? Yeah, the most powerful entity in the country should always be the people, that's right. Well, it's because it can only be the people, that's the thing, is like, it's either the people are the most powerful entity, or they're the most powerful entity and they're afraid to be it. Or they're the most powerful entity and they don't know how to take care of themselves, so they're reliant. Which is what I think the US is dangerously heading into, is getting into a state where people just don't know how to take care of themselves and want the government to step in for them, because that's kind of how they're being brought up in schools.
I have waited.
Oh, come on, I had him. You prefer anarchy over communism? Yeah. Yeah. One thing that, there's an anarchist named Michael Malice who's really interesting, and I have his book. Well, it's quote-unquote his book, like, kinda his book. It's called The Anarchist Handbook, and it's more like he assembled it. He took political essays by, like, anarchists all over the political spectrum, like, you know, from left-wing anarchists to right-wing anarchists, because early anarchists were left-wing and very communist-oriented, and modern, like, real anarchists that actually want, like, no government are very capitalist, because Ayn Rand is really the shifting point in that. But one thing that Michael Malice says really, that's pretty interesting, that he makes a good point on, is a monopoly. Like, a lot of people in, like, a capitalist criticism is that governments need to break up monopolies, but, like, he says there's no such thing as monopolies without a government interference, and he gives a ton of examples. It's like, and it's like, when you hear it, he's right, because, like, think about it, like, Amazon, Facebook, Google, they're all publicly funded, basically. Like, the U.S. government funds them and doesn't fund their competitors. And, like, regulates and taxes their competitors into oblivion. It's due to government intervention that those things that are close to monopolies, as close as it gets to monopolies, exist. So it's like, without government interference, there'd always be a competitor undermining it. And when things get too big, like, the government system is that they bail them out when they fail, because they're too big to fail. But the thing is, when things get too big, they get highly inefficient and they ultimately fail and dissolve. So it's like, he gives tons of historical examples. See, Cleese, the thing with the Canadian government, you say it's good about controlling monopolies, but the thing with the Canadian government is it acts as a monopoly, you know? Like, it literally, it attempts to monopolize healthcare. Having public anything, like public health care in particular, it's the same as living under a system where there's a monopoly that's running your healthcare system. Like, don't you think American healthcare companies would love to be able to just, like, basically tax you? and just have you forced to pay them at all times whether you use them or not. If they had no competition, well, that's a bad example because really a lot of American healthcare is really run by government. Ah, man, I almost had her.
Don't break for Captain Phasma!
There is a monopoly towards service providers. A couple years ago, we were paying 3 times higher prices than any other first world country. Then they stepped in. The Babytrons, send me a friend request. Yeah, I mean, there are examples of governments breaking up monopolies. But the monopolies they break up are the only ones that are just the ones that don't step in line. And here, let me read you Common Sense. Only the beginning. Introduction. Because this is like a long book. It was a pamphlet handed out around the colonies during the American Revolution. Here, let me see. His introduction here. Let me go to Common Sense, page 1. Here, let's see. There's like an introduction that is like a biography of Thomas Paine. Let's see here. Trying to find the right one. Yeah, you're right about that, Khaleesi, with the like public service, or not the public service, but the service providers. I mean, yeah, that's a case where the government did it. But you have to ask, like, how that monopoly existed in the first place. And that's what Michael Malice's argument is towards. And that they get bailed out when they fail, so that they never fail. Because of governments. Here. I'm trying to find the freaking beginning of this book, but it's like, there's like 30 beginnings, because it's like autobiography, here's, or not autobiography, but here's his biography, here's how he wrote it, here's the context. There's like a thick stack of pages on my left hand, and I'm finally finding it. Alright, let me just read a little bit, and then see if it's the right one. Here. Perhaps the sentiments contained in the following pages are not yet sufficiently fashionable to procure them general favor. A long habit of not thinking a thing wrong gives it a superficial appearance of being right, and raises at first a formidable outcry in defense of custom. But the tumult soon subsides. Time makes more converts than reason. And here. As a long and violent abuse of power is generally the means of calling the right of it in question, and in matters too which might never have been thought of, had not as sufferers been aggravated into the inquiry, and as the King of England hath undertaken in his own right to support the Parliament in which he calls theirs. And let's go to, I'm skipping a page here. Of the origin and design of government in general, with concise remarks on the English Constitution. Let's see here. Some writers have so confounded society with government as to leave little or no distinction between them, whereas they are not only different, but have different origins. Society is produced by our wants and government by our wickedness. The former promotes our happiness positively by uniting our affections, the latter negatively by restraining our vices. The one encourages intercourse, the other creates distinctions. The first is a patron, the last is a punisher. Society in every state is a blessing, but government, even in its best state, is but a necessary evil, and its worst state an intolerable one. For when we suffer or are exposed to the same miseries by a government which we might expect in a country without government, our calamity is heightened by reflecting that we furnish the means by which we suffer. Government, like dress, is the badge of lost innocence. The palaces of kings are built on the ruins of the bowers of paradise. For were the impulses of conscience clear, uniform, and irresistibly obeyed, man would need no other lawgiver, but that not being the case, he finds it necessary to surrender up a part of his property to furnish means for the protection of the rest, and this he is induced to do so by the same prudence which in every other case advises him out of two evils to choose the least. Wherefore, security being the true design and end of government, it unanswerably follows that whatever form thereof appears most likely to ensure it to us with the least expense and greatest benefit is preferable to all others. And that's like how it started. Do I continue reading, Cleese, or am I boring you? This was written during the American Revolution. This pamphlet is pretty much what pushed the states to like come together and fight back against the British, essentially. And this is very much one of the books that is involved in the philosophy of the founding fathers. Common Sense, and then John Locke had one. I think it's an essay. I think it's on like education and politics or something like that. I have that too. And then there's another one by Adam Smith called The Wealth of Nations, that was the foundation of the U.S. economy. I should do book reading stream. I mean, I think this, yeah, I'm pretty sure this is public domain. I mean, let's see here. I mean, let me read the front of it, because the front of it's a bunch of letters formed into words, I think. Let's try to read them. Common Sense and Other Works, addressed to the inhabitants of America on the following interesting subjects: of the origins and design of government in general, with concise remarks on the English Constitution, of monarchy and hereditary succession, thoughts on the present state of American affairs, of the present ability of America, with some miscellaneous reflections, written by an Englishman, Thomas Paine. So yeah, what's interesting about like all of those books is that they were all written by people in the UK, and only this one was addressed specifically to the Americans by an Englishman who was sympathetic to America over the England. Yeah, Common Sense was written by an Englishman for the Americans. And John Locke, I think he was English or Scottish, and I know Adam Smith was Scottish. He lived in Edinburgh, but his book isn't specifically tailored towards the U.S. It's just the inspiration for the economy of the U.S. I mean, every country that's used his writings as a foundation for their economy has done very well. Like Taiwan, Hong Kong, the U.S., and let me think here. I think those are the main three. Pretty much really any capitalist economy is based on Adam Smith's writing, but specifically like Hong Kong, Taiwan, and the U.S. are very much like rooted in Adam Smith's theories. It's the first book of economics. Let's see, when I don't know if this has a date on when it was written. Oh, there's actually a timeline in here. Let's go to the timeline. Yeah, I love political philosophy from, like, all eras. I've read a lot of political philosophy. Because I wanted to know, like, you know, like, what do I agree with? So this is just a chronology of Thomas Paine's life. Let's see here. He was born in 1737, in a village of Thetford, Norfolk County, England. Let's see here. His formal education ended at age 13, and he became an apprentice to his father as a staymaker, which means he was making corsets. So that was written by a dude who made corsets for a living. He made 2 attempts to at 1753 when he was like, what, like, that would be 16. He made 2 attempts to run away to sea. The second is successful but short-lived. He serves almost a year at sea. In 1757, he takes employment with a London shop as a staymaker, so making corsets, eagerly attending the city's public lectures on Newtonian science and philosophy. See, he fails at business in 1762, fails at business and enters the customs service as an exciseman in Lincolnshire. He was dismissed from service after attempting to organize the customs officers. Let's see here. When did he write? When did he write Common Sense? In 1776, he publishes Common Sense, enlists an army, serving as aide-de-camp to General Greene, begins writing the crisis essays. Wait, does he move to the U.S.? Here, let me see. Yep, in 1774, emigrates to America and arrives on November 30th, bearing a letter of introduction from Benjamin Franklin. Appointed editor of Pennsylvania Magazine, his essays begin to attract notice and influential friends in Philadelphia. 1776, he publishes Common Sense and then enlisted in the American Army. I don't know if Huckleberry Finn is public domain. You should look that one up. In 1777, he obtained a congressional post as secretary to Committee on Foreign Affairs. In 1781, he makes a diplomatic mission to France for aid to the American cause. I didn't know this stuff about him. In 1785, he works on various inventions, chiefly a design for a single-span iron bridge. In 1787, so he during, I think this is still during the war. Or no, I think it ended then. I know the American Revolution is like a 20-year period. It's not like a short war. But yeah, he went to France pursuing approval for his bridge design. So after he was done with the American Revolution, he just like fucking loves bridges. In 1788, he returned to England to visit his mother. He meets Edmund Burke. In 1791, he published The Rights of Man, Part 1, a sensational success, and it's also included in this book. In 1792, Rights of Man Part 2 is published. Charges of sedition, forced flight to safety in France, appointed to represent Calais in the French National Convention. And then in 1793 he pleads for the life of King Louis XVI before the National Convention, begins the Age of Reason, which is another writing of his, and completes part 1 but is arrested and imprisoned, gains his release from Luxembourg prison, and then he finishes the Age of Reason. And then in 1802 he returns to the United States and settles in New York City, and in 1809 he dies on June 8th, 1809, and is buried in his New Rochelle farm. A lot of the American founding fathers were like freaking geniuses too. I'm just we're going down this rabbit hole, Cleasy. Anakin's coming with us. I mean, Thomas Jefferson was one of them. He was like the first libertarian. He was a statesman, diplomat, lawyer, architect, philosopher, and founding father. And then George Washington was like a farmer and a general and a scholar. Let's see here. He was a surveyor, statesman, military officer, and he served as the first president. And I know Benjamin Franklin was a little weird. He was an inventor. Benjamin Franklin was an American polymath who was active as a writer, scientist, inventor, statesman, diplomat, printer, publisher, and political philosopher. See, John Adams. I know John Adams was a lawyer. He helped come up with the law of the country with Benjamin Franklin. He was a statesman, attorney, diplomat, writer, and founding father. And many of these guys also served in battle. There's some smart boys. Benjamin Franklin was also a bit of a perv. He went to France and sexed it up. A stud. You can even look up a picture of the man. He's doesn't look like a stud. He looks like a neckbeard. I don't know if he was a perv. I know he was a sex addict. He loved the ladies. I don't know if he was a perv. I mean, probably was. It's weirdos. I feel like it takes a weirdo to run a country, doesn't it? I don't trust politicians, even the founding fathers, who seem to have good intentions. Here, let's look up Wilfrid Laurier. Compare Canada's. I'm going to ignore all of Canadian history and just consider Wilfrid Laurier as the founding father of Canada. I know you're going to hate that, Ecclesia, that's why I'm picking him. He was a Canadian lawyer, statesman, and politician. First French-Canadian Prime Minister. 15-year tenure. He must have been a dictator too, like FDR. Man, I can't breathe. Where's gaming?
Successful. Commence destruction of Republic forces.
Canadian presidents can keep running for president until they die. Well, they're more like speakers of the House. They're like speakers of the House with military control. That's what I consider Canadian prime ministers to be. That's kind of how the House of Representatives functions. It's like a parliament, and then the Senate is kind of more like a. It's kind of, think of it more as like a EU kind of setup, where it's like a gathering of the states more than like representatives of the people. And then the president is more like a general. Like, the role of president is supposed to be like they run the military. But it's become much more as, like, more authoritarian presidents do it. Look at another thing, while we were on that rant about Obama, he used, like, he issued, like, 40, national emergencies to just, like, legislate from his seat, instead of, going through like the proper channels. And none of them have ever, like, that's the thing with like states of emergency in the US, is like they never get recalled because they're always just used to do some sort of abuse of power. Like, you could do like a state of emergency because there's too many cats out there. It's like there's too many cats out there, and the way we need to solve it is I need to control all the gas stations. That's basically what they can do. It's the dumbest thing. It's not even like the Constitution doesn't allow it. They just do it. Obama declared or extended 30 states of national emergency, which gave him broader powers. He's one of my least favorite presidents. Which is controversial because nobody knows what he did. They just like go like, oh yeah, the news talks good about him, and then they're like, oh, never mind, when they finally learn about what he actually did as president. Like freaking Obamacare. Like, it didn't provide any health care. Didn't actually make healthcare cheaper. It just taxed poor people who couldn't afford healthcare. If you couldn't afford health insurance, it would fine you $2,000 per month that you weren't using it, until like people complained and they changed it because they were like, oh, we're gonna have a big problem if we don't change this. And it made healthcare more expensive. The other person who made healthcare cheaper was Trump. Trump made my medication that I took for Crohn's disease went from like $200 to $45 under Trump, because he forced the he went to the pharmaceutical companies and said that they won't be allowed to sell in the US if they don't lower prices, because in Europe they sell their medications for much cheaper to European governments than they do to American people.
Chaos on Kashyyyk. No
the price went down because Trump told them that they need to lower their prices. And the only reason they were up high was because, like, under the previous healthcare laws, it, like, the way the U.S. healthcare system works is messed up, but I'm against public healthcare, but I'm not pro the current healthcare system. It's like the worst of both sides. Like, It takes the worst of public healthcare and it takes the worst of private healthcare and puts them together. Like the only good things, I mean, really, like I literally don't have to pay for healthcare. I literally don't have to. Like I have a medical bill for getting a checkup, and there's no interest on it, and they can't collect on it. That's like a good thing. Well, it's not a good thing, because if everybody did that, then they wouldn't, healthcare companies wouldn't exist. Except they get taxpayer money. Tax funded. I mean, I'm getting to pay that hospital bill, because it's not expensive, but that's an example. It's like, there's tons of people who are in medical debt in the US that just don't pay it.
You don't know me. You know my weapon.
I can spare you.
And the thing with like the prices is like it's the insurance companies that set the prices.
My friends are counting on me.
Like they just say you're gonna charge us this much. Like the hospitals don't even know how much the things actually are because the way the insurance companies are, like they work with the government to be able to do super fucked up shit like that. I need water, man.
I've got this.
Get in there, Ray, damn it. Oh my gosh. I don't know why Ray was just standing there watching me die. But I think, I mean, healthcare would be cheaper if people were able to look up the costs of different hospitals. But you can't. Because the hospitals don't even know how much their things cost. Because they don't set the prices. I mean, I don't have health personally. And there's resources now to be able to find prices, and that's what I do, is I look up the prices, I get things cheap. Like there's a company called LabCorp that all of the insurance companies make the doctors recommend you to. And getting blood work at LabCorp is like $2,000. But if I go to this one hospital up in Statesville, which is just like 30 minutes up the highway for me, and get blood work done there, it's like $20. Every time you go down to the US, you buy health insurance? That's crazy. How do you buy it? That's the thing, like, under Obamacare, which is like the current system again, because it's just stupid, but I have to wait till, like, right now I think is the enrollment period for health insurance, and I can't re-enroll until next December, or whatever month they decide next year is the enrollment period for health insurance. Unless I get a job. If I get a new job, the only way you can like get new health insurance throughout the year, because of the way Obamacare is structured, is if you get a new job, you can go to your employer's insurance, or if you get fired from a job, then you can you have like a month to find private insurance on your own. And also, for some reason, I'm taxed out of my paycheck for health care that I don't get.
Stop playing.
You know who else sells insurance, actually, Bleezy? You don't know who else sells insurance? You said banks in Canada sell U.S. health insurance? Fantasia sells insurance. I should actually go to him. I mean, he sells insurance in Texas, though. I don't live in Texas. There's gonna be a day, Cleasy, where like we're gonna have like a bigger community, and like Fantasia's just gonna be the money guy. Sigurd's gonna be like the graphics and like 3D modeling guy. YouTube account whenever he comes back, there's just gonna be the music guy. I love our group. You were gonna be the Canadian lawyer guy, but you're going through a bit of some troubles, which is understandable. You know, you're molting. You've gone into your cocoon, and we'll see whether you come out as a butterfly or a moth. Mitch? What happened to... Where's Mitch? Mitch got a job. He doesn't come anymore. Sigurd is? Good. I didn't know... I didn't hear from Sigurd. He didn't tell me. I reached out to him and saw him on another stream and told him that you were needing help. And, didn't know if... I don't know if did you ever reach out to Fantasia about that thing with the business stuff? Because Fantasia knows everything about business. And I reached out to him telling him that you'd be coming. These freaking guys. You should reach out to Fantasia about like any business things, because he's like a business genius. You can trust him. He's not going to steal your ideas. He's got his hands full with his own ideas. He's building a bank.
Bye-bye.
You could be the merch guy, because you're just making t-shirts. Also the publicity guy for doing advertising. You'll take marketing guy? Cleesy's marketing guy. I'm Finn. Alright, let's see here. Let's get real annoying. I should have picked Yoda.
Sith Lords are my speciality. Look sharp.
I hate playing as Finn. He's got such slow health regen.
Dead center.
Ah!
Not good, Finn. Not good at all.
You'll definitely handle the merch? Cool. I gotta warn you, I might have a second merch guy though. But that's cool. I mean, that works for me. Two dudes making different types of merch, you know. There'll be strengths and weaknesses. The other merch guy is a guy I personally worked with at that photography job. One day we were sitting alone, and I was like, you know, I care about people that I work with, you know. And I asked him, I was like, so what's your like end goal after this? Like, do you have a bigger dream? And his end goal is he wants to have like an art studio where he prints his own t-shirts, teaches art in one section of it, does photography, and like kind of has like a whole thing, has like other artists trying to learn work under him. And I was like, that guy could be a merch guy. I mean, it's Cleasy. There's You're saying that job is taken already. You don't know. There's multiple, like, he can only do like so much. Who knows how much merch this channel will need, or how much merch Fantasia will need, or how much merch Sigurd will need. Or Mitch. Whenever he shows back up. Or 8-Bit. 8-Bit might have merch needs, you know? What if 8-Bit Sorcerer comes to you? Saying, hey, I need merch. Alright, I gotta close the stream out. I can't talk anymore. You could definitely be part content guy. You can be co-host, Cleasy. You can be co-host. I'll allow it. One Assassin God is also, hang on. One Assassin God is also co-host. I love One Assassin God. He's just along for the ride, no matter what you do. And then, wherever the stream goes, One Assassin God is just kind of like the straight man. He's always the sane one. And then 8-Bit, his job is lurker and chief. You know, he's the best at lurking. And Tim, we could always bring in Tim as another co-host, Cleasy. We'll be talking. I'll be like crying, talking about some like emotional family thing, and Tim will just go. So anyway, the third boss, the Shadow of the Colossus, he's like got this weird history that the developer, and he'll just be talking over me, crying about Shadow of the Colossus. Yeah, we do need to turn 8-Bit into a channel icon. You need to check out his YouTube channel. He had 8-Bit covers of songs on there. Alright, have a good night.